Now I need to check and make sure that the audio is working. Twitch. It's working. All right, we have audio. Yay. All right, recording in 3, 2, 1.
Recorded live on DementiaRadio.org, it's the Funny Music Podcast, brought to you by FuMPCast.com, where you can download new free comedy songs twice a week. Now, here's your hosts, Devo Spice and the great Luke Ski.
Hey, Devo Spice.
Hey, Luke Ski.
So, we're not where we usually are right now.
We are not where we usually are right now. We are pre-recording this episode. Well, it's not quite pre-recorded. We're doing it live, but it's early because it's Tuesday. Because Thursday, I'm going to be driving to FuMPFest, and Luke is going to be probably going as well. Right? When are you arriving?
I'm going to be arriving to check in. I'm going to arrive early Friday morning whenever we can get into the room. I'm assuming 9 a.m. to start setting up. But I'm not going to check into my room until Friday afternoon.
Okay, so you're not even going to be there Thursday night yet.
Yeah. If I show up Thursday night just for hanging out, that's to be determined. So we'll see.
Right, so we figured it would be easier to do the show early rather than try to shoehorn one in while we're at the hotel. So, welcome to episode 583 of the Funny Music Podcast for August 17th, 2021. Dogface the Scimitar, which I spelled wrong on the screen graphic there, but that's okay. You know what I mean.
Yes.
All right. So
let's get caught up with what Devo and Luke have been up to since last week. Or else Devo, if Luke failed and didn't show up.
Hey, what?
Oh, he's right.
So, Luke, what you been up to?
Well, obviously preparing for FuMPFest, but, you know, that kind of goes without saying at this point. What else could I talk about as I try to move something out of the way with my one finger there?
With the one true finger.
Yeah. Yes. So, yeah, it's weird because it's like, I think about like, oh, a week ago, it's like, oh, wait, this was only a few days ago, basically. So, Carrie came out to visit because way earlier in the year, they announced, the Aquabats announced that they had one tour date, which would be at the Orange County Fair. So she immediately bought tickets for it, not knowing what the future would hold. So, so basically, she ended up coming out for that concert. Just, you know, came in late Thursday night, was here Friday and Saturday, and then zipped back home on Sunday morning, and then I had to work a shift, and then I had to leave to fly back to the Midwest on Monday morning, and which was yesterday. So the way, you know, my preparations for FuMPFest have gone, it's like I'm trying to get things done in an efficient way without getting myself all crazy and burnt out. So, but unfortunately, the way that all unfolded, I ended up having to do some pretty important things Sunday night after my shift was over. The most important of which was recording all of the vocals for my new song, which I'm premiering at FuMPFest this weekend. And the point is I got them done and I got them sent off to Jace, who is going to mix them down before he leaves town with his band. So after I got done then, I finished packing, and by the time I was done doing that, it was time to go to the airport. So I basically pulled an all-nighter and then got some amount of sleep on the planes on the way out here. So there was only a couple of things I didn't get done before I left town, but I was able to contact a friend of ours from the Phantasm Mafia, Zach Hurst, who said he'd be willing to edit together a video for me. So that's cool. And then the other one, my brother Michael is still in town visiting, because we actually had all of the siblings here yesterday to have a late birthday party for my sister, who turned 49 a few days ago. So, but he had his Mac laptop, or not Mac, his PC laptop, and I was able to, because I have a subscription, I was able to download Adobe Premiere Pro onto it, and I was able to edit a different video that I needed to get done that was much simpler. So I got that done this afternoon. So basically, I've got all of my most important things covered for FuMPFest at this point, which is nice. So yeah, what have you been up to since last week?
I have been battling with technology. Basically, everything that you could think that could go wrong has gone wrong over the past few days. And as a result, I am way behind. Remember last week or the week before I said I was in good shape for FuMPFest planning? Not so much anymore. So it's like I started printing the program booklets, and my printer decided it didn't want to make prints that looked good anymore. It just added this weird wobbly texture to all the images. And I'm like, what the hell is this? It's never happened before. And I spent way too long debugging that problem. And I finally, I did a test page with like the individual colors and their various shades and stuff on it. And it was, I discovered it was only happening in the black cartridge, which I had just recently changed. Not cartridge, it's a toner cartridge. It's a laser printer. So I was like, oh, maybe that'll solve the problem. So thankfully I did. So I bought some toner from the local Staples, and that solved that problem, but it also put me a half a day behind the printing schedule. Then I started working on the new monitors that we're going to have at FuMPFest, because I got rid of the light board that we did, and I'm replacing it with, there's going to be a monitor on each side of the stage with graphics and stuff on it. And so it's just a website that's running full screen on the monitors, and that's been working for forever. And the actual graphics I did over the weekend, and so that was good. I just needed to make sure I could hook up the monitor to a laptop to get it working. So I tried hooking it up to my work laptop, because that was my original plan, was to hook it up to that, and it just wouldn't see the external monitors. And then I tried hooking it up to an old MacBook Pro that I have over there, and I discovered I didn't have the connectors to do that. So then I was like, well, let me just make sure the thing works. So I hooked it up to this laptop, and they worked, except that I can't use this laptop for that purpose at FuMPFest, because I'm going to be using this laptop for other things. So I was like, what do I do? I originally had planned to buy a Mac Mini for this, just dedicated to these monitors, and I had one lined up on Facebook Marketplace, and I was talking to the woman, and we planned to meet up, and then she sold it out from under me to somebody else. So she kind of screwed me. So I went back to Staples, and they had, by sheer coincidence, I can imagine, because it's an old connector, they had the adapter I needed to hook up my old MacBook Pro to the VGA ports. So I was able to get it running off of the old laptop. So that problem was solved. And then the printer ran out of toner. That brand new toner cartridge I bought, I blew through that thing in no time at all. So I went back to Staples and bought two more, one of which was high capacity. And the reason I only bought two is because that's all they had in the store. So if these run out, I have to find another Staples. So I'm still printing the books. I have exactly 100 of them printed, and they're still printing. So the question will be, will I get them all printed before I leave tomorrow night, or will I be bringing the laser printer in the car with me and printing in the car on the way to Chicago? Stay tuned and find out. So then, late last night, and by late I mean like 1:30 in the morning, I started working on the software for the FUMP game show. And by working on it, I mean just, updating it for this year. And I could not get it to run. Just nothing I did would get it to run. I tried, and I remember I never got it to run on this machine in the past. We always had to use my father's machine, which is a 2015 MacBook Pro. So we had it working on that. So this morning I got on a Zoom call with my father, and I did a remote into his machine to see if we still had the software running on his machine, and we do not. So apparently he wiped his machine at some point. So I was like, all right, maybe we can try installing it once he gets here tomorrow. So then I tried installing it on my work laptop, which is also a 2015, and it wouldn't work there either. So I emailed Jared Ringgold, who's the person who wrote the original software. I was like, Jared, help! And he said he would look into it, and he said I had to install an older version of Node.js than the one I was running, and that should get it working. And it took me about 2 hours to figure out how to install an older version, like to roll back Node.js and clear it out and everything. But it's working now. So the the game show software is working now, and that was a huge relief for me because I was very concerned because I don't have a backup plan if I can't get the software working. So my backup plan was to like read the questions off of index cards or something.
A backup plan could be because it's on my my laptop here. We could just play Use Your Words.
Oh, we could do that too. Yeah.
Just like pick 6 people from the audience, and then I could basically MC it the way that Brental Floss MC'd it at MarsCon.
Okay.
and we can continually plug the purchasing of Use Your Words so that it's it's a promotion. It's not us blatantly ripping off Brent. It's a way to sell more copies of Use Your Words.
I like it. But yeah, so I got the software working and running. So now I just need to update the questions for this year, which isn't hard to do. That I know how to do. So next step is to work on the presentation for the We're Number One panel. And just this afternoon, I came up with an idea which will make that monumentally easier for me to do. So hopefully that will go quicker than I was anticipating. Regardless, my to-do list is still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 items on my to-do list. I'm leaving tomorrow night. That's roughly 1 item per hour. That's not going to happen. So we're going to see what happens.
Well, prioritize,
Yeah, I have to at this point. I've kind of like pushed a couple things like, okay, I can do that while I'm driving to Chicago, or more specifically while my father is driving and I'm in the passenger seat. There's a couple of things I know I can do, once we leave, but there's some things I have to do from here. So, so yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, folks. All right, so let's get to our first song of the evening, followed by our first interview with the first rule. Here is Quarantined.
Hey, first rule. Have you heard about this COVID-19 thing?
The government said it's time to quarantine. How can I make this time that don't seem not so boring? 2 weeks in and something's gotta give. There's only so much I can yell at Carol fucking Baskin. I'm on a quest for something new to watch. The wife walks in and remote control is lost. Oh god, what's it gonna be? Scrolling through, she ends up picking Dawson's Creek. I'm addicted to the plot lines and the subplots in between, and the 20-something actors portraying high school teens. All the cheesy one-liners and cliche monologues, one-dimensional characters and subpart dialogue. Some would say it's just a guilty pleasure, but I wish that I could watch forever. I have become what I never thought I'd be. I've become quarantined. Love triangles and angst and teen rebellion. Got quarantined to thank for all these Gossip Girl reruns. Teen dramas have become my secret sin. I can't believe that Lucas finally chose Peyton. I never thought this could happen to me. Watched every show, Netflix thinks I'm 13. How can I hide this addiction from my friends? What's this recommended show with Archie and Jughead? Not again. I'm addicted to the plot lines and the subplots in between, and the 20-something actors portraying high school teens. All the cheesy one-liners and cliche monologues, one-dimensional characters and subpart dialogue. Some would say it's just a guilty pleasure, but I wish that I could watch forever. I have become what I never thought I'd be. I've become quarantined.
Hey, first rule homies, I totally get what you're talking about. Now, I have a similar addiction. Let me explain. While we're talking streaming, there's a show that I've been watching. Survivor's what they call it. In strategy, they're talking. When it comes to tribal council, how was your social game? Immunity, impunity, mad idols might get played. There's Boss and Robin Cochran, don't forget Coach. And if you find an idol, don't let anybody know. And when it comes to trail mix, don't hide it in the sand. Taylor, you should know that. I'm finished with you, man.
I'm addicted to the plot lines and the subplots in between, and the 20-something actors portraying high school teens. All the cheesy one-liners and cliche monologues, one-dimensional characters and subpart dialogue. Some would say it's just a guilty pleasure, but I wish that I could watch forever. I have become what I never thought I'd be. I've become quarantined.
I get it. Quarantine, T-E-E-N. Quarantine, that's good. I just got it.
I'm here with the first rule, Chris Shanahan and Nick O'Malley. How you guys doing?
Good.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
Oh, no problem. So tell us about the song you posted that we just listened to on the show.
Nick?
Yeah. So we had this, the song started as a kind of a joke in our band chat where I just said one day, I think I want to write a song about a middle-aged man getting addicted to teen dramas. And someone said, yeah, go ahead and do that. And I did.
See, I am a middle-aged man, and I never outgrew teen dramas. So
there you go.
So he had the idea, probably near the beginning of quarantine, I think it was. Mm-hmm. And then it took, I don't remember when you sent me lyrics for it.
Yeah, it took probably about a month.
Midsummer, maybe?
Time to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we knew we wanted to do the song. I made a quick demo for it, I think, maybe in the fall. I don't even remember exactly when, but
time just kind of all blurs together for the past year and a half, doesn't
it? So but we right before COVID blew up, we had gotten a chance to go see MC Lars and Insane Ian and Schaefer the Dark Lord in Chicago. And we were like, you know what, we've really wanted to work with MC Lars. We've talked to him, a little bit at previous shows and on social media and everything. So it came down to we just, we talked to him, we found out what it would take, and we thought this song would be perfect to include him on. So that kind of was our drive to record and put out the song.
Cool. Yeah, Lars is a good dude. I've done some work with him myself.
Yeah.
It was very cool hearing him on this song.
He surprised us. We had no clue. We were just like, come up with something to go here. And have no idea what he'd give us. So
yeah, he works well like that. I think I did the same thing on the song that we did together, which was about songs that get stuck in your head, and he just wrote an amazing verse for it. So it's really good.
Yeah.
So so what shows got you through quarantine?
I watched a lot of crime procedurals like NCIS and Criminal Minds and stuff like that.
Oh, my kids got into Criminal Minds big time. So I've seen a lot of that because they had it on all day, every day. So I've seen a lot of that, even though I wasn't really watching it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I put it on in the background and go about my day.
Mm-hmm.
Mine, YouTube,
YouTube?
That's pretty much, yeah. I mean, my wife and I still watch a lot of the same shows we had been watching, the same types of shows, but definitely I've increased my YouTube viewing during this time.
See, I took the opportunity to rewatch some of my favorite old shows, and I rewatched all 8 seasons of Charmed. I watched all of Buffy and Angel. And I did it so that when you get to season 4, when Angel starts, then you alternate Buffy and Angel because there's crossover episodes. So you have to do it that way. And now I'm working my way through Star Trek, all of it, in order. I started with the original series. I've gotten through that. Wow. I skipped the animated series because it wasn't, I forgot about it. I went right from, to the movies and then to Next Generation, and I've gotten through Next Generation, and I am now up to Deep Space Nine and Voyager, and I'm doing there's a website that lists the original air dates for all the episodes so I can watch them in their original air order. So I'm doing that because I'm a nerd. So
that's okay. So question for you.
Yeah.
Kirk or Picard?
Oh, see, they're two very different captains. Honestly, I prefer Picard's way of doing things. But
I am with you.
Okay.
Yeah, we have another song that we put out a couple years ago, Nerd Rage, and one of the lines is Captain Kirk is better than Jean-Luc.
He made me sick, even though I don't agree with it.
That was my opinion. He feels the other way. So.
That's funny.
But I wrote the final draft. It had to go that way to rhyme. That's the only way it would work.
Well, that makes sense. Although I have to tell you, I'm really chomping at the bit to get the Lower Decks, so I may scooch out of order so I can watch Lower Decks. But yeah, so TV has gotten me through quarantine, and I just put it on while I'm working because most of the stuff that I do doesn't require a ton of concentration.
Right. Yeah, everyone has to find their own thing. Like it was something completely new to everyone. So, TV is a good way to go.
I assume you guys haven't performed out since the quarantine.
We just started playing a few local shows. Beginning of so we've done like 4 now. So it's we were very cautious, and we wanted to wait until things were starting to clear up, and they were starting to clear up. So we booked a few things, and now it's
now they're not.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Things were starting to clear up, and I was like, oh, good. This will all be over by FuMPFest. And no.
Fooled you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. No, we still have like 2 more shows booked through the rest of the year. We might add 1 more, but we're being a little more careful for the rest of the year. See how things pan out.
Yeah, I'm very curious what's going to happen as the year goes on, because I've got shows booked in October and December. So we'll see what happens for those. But all right. So do you guys have anything you'd like to plug?
Nick?
Nothing in particular. Like I said, we're being pretty selective with shows, and we're going to actually be going in to record some new music here shortly. So
great.
Keep an eye out for that stuff. It should be something coming in the next couple of months.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're feel free to follow us. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, all the social media and music sites. So stream us a lot.
Stream them on Spotify so they can get their 3/10 of a cent.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
All 3/10 of a cent that we get. We need it. It's important.
Yes.
It does add up though. Like that's one thing we did learn during COVID is we had more free time to do some online promoting, and that our streams for the album that we released a month after COVID hit, it was has the most streams out of any of our stuff. So
good.
It was a unique. It took a unique situation to get us to focus on something, and it turned out well. So,
Yeah, and I still haven't focused on marketing. So, and you can see the results.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us on again.
And it was great having you. Talk to you later.
All right. Sounds good.
Like comedy and music, but not sure which one you want? Check out FuMPFest 2021 with special guest Dr. Demento, as well as Insane Ian, The Gothsicles, Nuclear Bubble Wrap, Sulu, Steve Goody, Worm Quartet, Ian Lockwood, Carla Olbrich, Carrie Dalby, Bill Larkin, The Golden Spatula, Dr. Demento, This Guy, The Logan Awards, Ross Childs, Bad Beth and Beyond, Dumb Song Parodies, Dr. Demento, and Dr. Demento. FuMPFest 2021. FuMP stands for the Funny Music Project. When is it? August 20th through 22nd. Where is it? The Westin Chicago North Shore Hotel and Convention Center in Wheeling, Illinois. This place where you can find benches, trash, tiles, express checkout. Comedians are poor. Musicians are poor. Comedy musicians are very poor. So come to FuMPFest 2021 and give them money. FuMPFest 2021. Come on by and bring your money.
To put it plain and simply, I love bacon. I put bacon on my burger when I order double cheese. I put bacon on my salad, but I throw away the leaves. I grind bacon into powder and I mix it with my salt. I blend bacon with my ice cream and I make a bacon malt. I eat.
Time for funny music news. Something.
Just to explain for those listening to the podcast and not watching it, the reason why that clip of the song Bacon played was because Ross Childs forgot to include me in his original TikTok ad for FuMPFest. So he did another one, which he mentions me, but it just has that as the music. So that's why.
I wanted to make sure I played both of them.
Yeah, I'm very happy that he did the ad, though.
I am too.
That was one of the,
came
one
out
of the
really
things I
cool.
thought- yeah.
All right, so where were the news? Oh yeah, news. All right, Mark Gunn is doing a Kickstarter. Where I could open the damn page. Damn it, Google, what are you doing? All right, Mark Gunn is doing a Kickstarter for Coffee with the Celt Father Season 9. He is looking to raise $300. He has already raised $545 with 4 days to go. This is a short one, so if you want to get in on it now.
And it's for what?
Season 9 of Coffee with the Celt Father. It's one of the podcasts he does. All right, and speaking of fundraisers, Escape from the Secret Lab is doing a GoFundMe to raise money for the next season of Escape from the Secret Lab, which is going to be in space. We'll see if the bands can escape from space. So Dr. Milo T. Pinkerton III is looking to raise $2,112.17. He is up to $1,690, so he's about 3/4 of the way there so far. Doesn't see how much longer it is to go, but head over to GoFundMe and look for Escape from the Secret Lab, and you will find it. All right, the Gothsicles have a new EP out called the Double Dragon Con. It's 2 songs, which is the title track, Double Dragon Con, and a remix of IDDQD. It's available now at thegothsicles.bandcamp.com for the low price of Name Your Price. And FuMPFest. This is the last FuMPFest update before FuMPFest. I have nothing new to report. So come on out and meet Dr. Demento, who is celebrating his 50th anniversary. We will have performances by Bad Beth and Beyond, Bill Larkin, Carla Ulbrich, Carrie Dalby, Ian Lockwood, Insane Ian, Nuclear Bubble Wrap, Ross Child, Steve Goody, The Gothsicles, The Great Luke Ski, Worm Quartet, and more. Also appearing Sulu, and appearing via Zoom, Jungle Judy. You can register at the door when you get there. It's taking place this weekend, August 20th through 22nd in Wheeling, Illinois, at the Westin North Shore in Wheeling. I told you, my brain is fried. Very little sleep the past few days.
And for those of you who don't know the history of the Dr. Demento show, when we say Sulu, we mean a woman whose nickname is Sulu, not George Takei.
Yes, if it was George Takei, I would have said George Takei. All right, you got anything before tour dates?
Comedy music album by George Takei, though.
What was that?
I want to buy a comedy music album by George Takei, though.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It was just called Oh My. All right, you got anything else before tour dates?
Nope.
All right. Coming up this weekend in Chicago, FuMPFest, and on the 27th in Cartersville, Illinois, Phil Johnson and Roadside Attraction. And birthdays. Coming up on the 24th, we have 3 birthdays. We have Matt Griffo, Marie Cecile Anderson of the Reformed Whores, and Pete Johnson of Garden Fresh. So happy birthday, folks. All right, our second song.
Could we possibly do the end of the show stuff now so I could sign off before the next part starts?
Sure.
Okay.
End of the show stuff. You mean like feedback and stuff?
Yeah.
Because there is no feedback, so I'm just going to skip that, and we'll just go right to this.
Teasing. He's a teasing kind of guy. Now you have a job.
Yeah! All right, tomorrow's song, well, Friday's song, is by Insane Ian, and Tuesday's song is not yet posted. And Spotify playlist topic, I don't know yet. That's one of those things I can do on Thursday from the drive. So I'll figure that out later.
Try to make the topic just the general concept of I don't know.
Okay, I can try. I can try. All right, I'm going to play the outro now so Luke can do his little bit, and then I will come back and do the second song and second interview. So we're going to play the outro. Don't end the show. Don't tune out after the end of the thing because I'll be back. So here's that thing.
All right.
Thanks for listening everybody to the Funny Music Podcast. I'm Devo Spice.
I'm Luke Ski.
And we'll be back
sometime.
Thank you for listening to the Funny Music Podcast. You can listen live every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific at DementiaRadio.org and join us in the chat. Or subscribe to the podcast feed. Look us up on iTunes and be sure to leave us a review. Feedback for the show can be sent to info@thefump.com. The Funny Music Podcast is a production of Fidem Interactive LLC, released under a Creative Commons share-alike license. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, shout it to random people on the street, and be sure to visit thefump.com for the latest funny songs. Tune in next week where you'll hear Luke Ski say,
Fish heads, eat them up, yum. Oh my.
Yay. Okay. So, bye, Luke. I'll see you on Thursday or Friday or sometime Friday.
Right, see you, everybody.
Else.
Peace.
All right. So here is the second song of the week. This is Rolling Get Off Twitter by Steve Goody.
When you wrote about muggles and wizards, I could read your novels all night and day. But lately I've been grieving about your recent frequent tweeting, and I wonder what good old Harry would say. Your mean tweets we've been surfing, why you gotta keep on turfing? Rolling, 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 get off Twitter. Hey, were you raised in a cupboard? Or Ben Shapiro's house? Or in 1815? You think you're all maternal, but you sound like Moaning Myrtle. Why you so hung up on where people are peeing? Mean tweets you've been blurting, now you're the person fans are cursing. Rolling, rolling, oh Lord, rolling, get off Twitter. If you go down to her Twitter, you'll find a lot of words for I'm a hypocrite. You're such a famous icon, why choose this hill to die on? Could you shut up for a second and listen a bit? Big money you've been earning, to Slytherin you're reverting. Rolling, 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 get off Twitter. Rolling, 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 get off Twitter. Rolling, 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 get off Twitter.
Much better, isn't it?
Damn.
All right. I'm here with Steve Goody. How you doing, Steve?
Just fine, thanks. How are you?
I'm frazzled.
I'll bet. There's a big event coming up in 5 days.
There's a big event coming up in 5 days. And you know what's even bigger? The list of stuff I still have to do.
You think you'd get the hang of it?
Yeah, you'd think. But anyway, so you did a new Harry Potter song for the first time in a while.
Can you believe that? Did we already hear it, or were we about to hear it?
We already heard it.
Okay.
No. How does the show work again?
No. I ask you the same thing every time.
Okay, so we've already heard it. Yes.
Okay.
Man, brain fried.
Yeah. Well, as happens with several of my Harry Potter songs, this one was the idea of Jace McLean. It was his idea, and he's co-writer, and he sings some backup on there as well.
Cool.
Because our good friend J.K. Rowling has been making rather a menace of herself when it comes to transgender people. I don't know if you followed this at all, but that's what the song's
have.
about.
I am the parent of a transgender teenager, so I am. Yes, I'm well aware of the situation.
Yeah, and as you heard in the song, it's pretty damn disappointing.
Yes, it is.
So, and hilarious.
Well, your parody is pretty hilarious. I mean, it fits beautifully.
Thank you, Jace McLean.
Yeah. Good job, Jace.
Yeah, and I think, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but I think it occurred to him that I'd already parodied this particular song about Harry Potter years ago, and why not do it again? I think that's what he said. And I'm like, yeah, let's pull out those old tracks and re-sing.
Oh, so you didn't even have to redo the music?
I didn't have to. I replayed the drums just because I liked the new sound better than the old sound. But I didn't replay the guitars.
What was the other one? Rolling Must Deliver or something like that?
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
I remembered it.
Hey, look who can remember things under great stress.
The long-term memory is fine. It's the short-term. Don't ask me what I did 5 minutes ago because I haven't got a clue.
Yeah, and my concern is that doing it live, I'm going to confuse the two parodies. So we'll just see.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah, I did a parody of Thrift Shop by Macklemore, and so did Insane Ian. And in fact, when I found out he did one, I asked his producer if I could just use his instrumental. So we both have the same instrumental. Mm-hmm. And then at the first FuMPFest, Ian performed his song like not too long before I did mine. And I'm like, I'm forgetting all my lyrics now.
You know that zone I was in? No zone.
Yep.
So,
that's fun.
Yeah. At least this particular song goes slowly, so I have a little time to think. Make sure I'm actually staying on the right topic, even if I get the wrong words.
Hang on 1 second. Okay. Sorry, my wife is demanding I come upstairs for some reason.
It's probably a worthy demand.
Yeah. Yeah, kids home. I don't know. As I said, I have no idea what's happening around here. So with all that's going on with J.K. Rowling, are you still a fan of the series? You still enjoy the books and the movies and stuff?
Well, I don't read them or watch them as much or at all because I've read everything 100 times, and I've never been a big fan of the movies. I like the books. I'm still fond of her writing. I wish she would get it together on this subject. But I think my overall opinion of her has only changed somewhat. I think she means well. I think she's just wrong on this one.
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah. Yeah, because I've been struggling with this myself, and it's like I know someone who like posted online when all this started going down that everyone must like burn all their Harry Potter books and you know, like trash all their DVDs, and I'm like, it's not going to do anything. You know, she's gotten the money already. It's not like she's still
already been burned down.
Yeah. It's not like she's still active and, you know, I'm not, you know, deciding not to support her anymore. It's like the damage is done. You know, the series is over.
Burning things has never accomplished anything.
It really hasn't.
There's really no point. And if anything, it's counterproductive.
But at the same time, I have a hard time doing anything that I know puts money in her pocket. Like I was going to buy some Harry Potter gift for one of my kids for Christmas last year. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
I can understand that. I think there's a spectrum of offense, and what she's done does offend me. It is significant, but it's not nearly as significant as some things other people have done that they should be shut down and not do things anymore.
Yeah,
I think she's redeemable. I hope she will redeem herself.
Yeah, I don't think she's a lost cause.
Yeah, and she's very anti-bigotry. I mean, you can see it in her books and stuff. She's just missing the point on this one, and what's really frustrating, she's so stubbornly sticking to her guns.
Yeah,
but
interesting hill to die on. But
indeed.
Yeah. All right, I got to keep this short because holy crap. So you have anything you'd like to plug?
FuMPFest this weekend, Wheaton, Illinois. Go to FuMPFest.com. Find out all you need to know.
Wheeling, Illinois. Even
that's what I said. Wheeling, Illinois. Did I say Wheaton? Sorry,
you said Wheaton, Illinois.
It's a Will Wheaton thing. Sorry, Wheeling, Illinois.
I don't even know if there is a Wheaton, Illinois. If you try to go to Wheaton, Illinois,
there isn't. Don't go there. No, there isn't. It doesn't exist.
Even if there is, don't go there because that's
not. I bought a used car there once, but it's gone.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
All right, man.
And we'll catch you next time. Yeah, I'll see you this weekend.
Woohoo!
Making the internet absolutely ridiculous. Dementia Radio.
www.dementiaradio.org. Port 8027.
Please hang up and try again.
Forgot to unmute myself. that's going to do it for this week. We've already done the end of the show. So the only thing I want to say is if you're not able to make it to FuMPFest this week, we are going to be streaming as much of it as we are allowed to right here on Twitch, on twitch.tv/the_FUMP. And the audio will be streamed on Dementia Radio at dementiaradio.org. So you can tune in and check it out there. All right. That's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back to our normal insanity next week. Later, folks.